Triple Crown here, Saturday, March 1st, 2025. It is Saturday at the Shipshewana show. The main day of the show, there are going to be a ton of people and a ton of people looking to sell. It's funny, my friend Paul over at Vintage Sports Shack and I were talking the day before. Hey, there's not too many people that have walked up trying to sell. Well, I had to have at least 50 come up to my table during the course, and that's pretty much what you're going to see in today's video. It's going to be non-stop buying. Let's show it off.
What kind of stuff are you looking to buy?
I'll take a look at anything you got.
Like lower end?
Yeah, that's fine.
I got a little mix. A lot of it's lower than I got.
No worries.
Got those too.
Okay.
Really?
That's cool. That's crazy cool. Possibly interested in these two depending on what you're asking for.
Okay. I think that one, most recent at 330.
Okay.
So whatever off of that, and then the birds I really don't. I just bought that.
Okay. Can offer you 275 on the May. I'll probably pass on this one.
Will you give me the 290? No, I don't want to.
I'll be firm at 275, but if you can't do it, I understand.
Could you do 290 for both?
Yeah, I would do that. It's fine. Thank you. I know that my football graded case is going to be absolutely decimated probably by the end of the day. I don't imagine how many slabs they'll have left. It'll probably be in the single digits, which means it'll definitely be time to restock. And if I can get a head start on that at this show, I will gladly take every opportunity I can. Starting off with a pretty quality card here. I mean, it's a Drake May first Bowman autograph. His lack of autographs and Panini products has given me a little bit more faith to take a look at some of these Bowman autographs, not just for Drake May, but really any of these quarterbacks. Am I going to hold any of them long term? No, I don't really trust a lot of quarterbacks to want to hold any of them long term, but I definitely think he will be someone who gets speculated on, especially if they can land one of these big time wide receivers that are available. There are some sales of this card back in late fall for as much as $425. At the price I got it at, I will gladly take a flyer. I'll be at $420 for the three of these.
How are you pricing them out?
Offering 60, 160, or excuse me, 60, 162.
Okay, yeah, I would pass on the. I have an outstanding offer of 500 on that.
Oh, on that one, okay. Yeah.
I have a guy that's offered 5.
Yeah, all right, yeah. On the other Clark.
Do what?
On the other Clark. Are you too far off on that one too?
Probably, yeah. And then I'm seeing 3 different comps on that, so it's kind of all over the board.
Yeah. Usually throughout the weekend, what I was doing is taking my Post-it notes and writing down an offer on each individual card. That way I would let the buyer kind of choose what they wanted to sell to me. My offer didn't change based on how much I was buying. I wasn't asking for a greater discount to buy in bulk. I was really just picking the things that I wanted to. But I actually made a mistake here. I miscomped that Max Clark autograph. It was actually the out of 25 version instead of the out of 99. So mistakes happen. I definitely apologize to the seller for that.
Would you come up to 70 on that?
Hey,
I'd be firm at 60, but if you can't do it, no problem. 60 good? Cool. Thank you. Thankfully, we still worked something out. I picked up my first golden mirror of 2025 Topps. It is the Reds combo card with the checklist, or part of the checklist, I should say, on the back. On the front, it features former Red Jonathan India and Ellie De La Cruz. The latter is who really was what pushed me to buy this card. I like to pick up stuff of, say, Ellie, Burrow, Chase, popular Bengals and Reds players out of market to bring it back in market. Because I can tell you right now, if that Ellie card was down in Cincinnati, chances are I probably would not have been able to acquire it at the price that I did here. So I'll take it back home, and there will probably be some Reds or Ellie collector who wants this and picks it up off of me at a future local show. How's it going?
Got this. Just trying to get rid of it.
Yeah. Probably not for me, but thank you for letting me know.
Thank you.
The guy who I just finished up with hasn't even left the table yet, and I'm already moving into the next potential buy. This was happening quite a bit, where I had a couple people waiting for me at any given time just to finish up with a customer to see what they were looking to sell to me. I can't say I've ever had that happen before. I even had people kind of just walk up, like for example, one guy with a Jaden Daniels silver, he just plopped it down in my case and said, "How much would you give me for this? I need cash." Pretty wild stuff. I can't say I've ever had an experience like that set up at a show.
The two Otanis there. Big 75 years on those.
I'd be at 90 on those.
I'll off and out, thank you.
Yeah, no worries.
This was something that came up that I didn't really have a problem with before this show, but for some reason it became a problem with this show, and that was I had several buyers upset that I would not come off my sticker on my cards that were priced at $10, $15, or $20. Not this gentleman here. He was nice. He kindly passed on these cards. But my kind of pricing method is that a lot of the stuff that is $20 and under, I can't really move much on. If it's a card that is stickered at 20, I probably paid 15 for it. Very few times did I pay less for it unless it was part of some big bulk deal or some collection I bought. Really, I'm just kind of trading money, and what's the point of selling it at that price if that person is just going to buy it and then go put it in their case for 20, right? I mean, I might as well just keep that money in-house. Wouldn't make sense for me to just kind of move off of it. But yeah, I had a few people that were quite mad that I would not move off of my stuff $20 and below. So something I thought was a little bit interesting.
Cheaper. Most of them are rookie year, except for the relic card. And I figured, you know what, someone probably want those. So. But in terms of grading them, I would not recommend that.
Okay.
They were screened a couple of times already.
Raw to grade, not happening.
This was from that collection I bought down in Culture Collision. You can go watch it in one of my previous vlogs. But I could tell that a lot of these cards had probably been already looked over for grading. And then I look over all the cards personally just so that I can tell buyers if there's something wrong with them or to make sure they're not damaged to the point where I don't even feel comfortable putting them out in the case. But yeah, I understand that there are a lot of people who like to do the raw to grade thing. And I want to make sure that they have a good expectation of what they're getting when they buy a raw card from me.
What is Jackson Holiday not a buy? Like, why is stuff numbered rookies so
He's
cheap?
just cheap. So in baseball, it's really hard for two players on the same team to get a lot of hobby love.
Right.
And you got Gunnar Henderson, you got Adley Rutschman, you got a couple guys who are coming up too.
Guys,
so
yeah.
Someone is going to get lost, and unfortunately, because he started slow, he is the guy who got lost.
But he's got the baby face. He's,
yeah, he does. Right. Now it could change, but as of now,
right,
that's where we're at.
Well, I want to do a deal with you, so let me pick out a few things and see what you can do. But I'd be willing to put like a couple of $100 package together if you could help out. But yeah, I'll leave that up to you. Like, I don't know baseball as well, but I'm happy to have baseball. No,
I can't move like too much off this. Like maybe like $5 to $10.
Yeah. I'm not asking you to move mountains.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's cool with you, I don't mind. You can pick out which ones you want.
So how does the non unlicensed baseball do?
Not great.
Not great.
Yeah. If I were to recommend one, like,
yeah.
I mean, these are like, that's his base tops rookie.
Yeah.
So if you want to get like as plain Jane as you can get, like it's about as bread and butter basics as you can go with that.
Sure. All right. Let me take two of those and one next to it.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I'll take these off your hands.
All right.
Why is it just the numbering that makes that 180?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's 10 of 10.
I've heard of Aaron Judge, so let's see how we go there.
That's about as safe of a stack as you can get.
So we've got.
This gentleman is from Canada. He watches the channel, came up to the table, wanted to make a deal. Big thank you to him. He was very friendly, very easy to work with. We ended up putting together a little baseball stack. It was definitely fun to put this together. He gave me his expectations of kind of what he wanted to spend, how big of a stack he wanted, and we kind of talked through the process there where we picked out some of the Otanis. I told him which ones I thought would be good. He picked out some guys like Judge and big names out there. Really, that's my advice to anyone who has ever told me, hey, I want to get into baseball, or oh, I just don't know much about baseball. It's really not that much different from any other sport that I've ever sold. The big names will always be popular, and then there's also local interest. The latter tends to kind of come and go depending on how that local team is doing. But if you stick with the big names, usually they're always going to be popular. There will always be people wanting their cards. No different than any other sport.
I had it at 255. I'll just take it down to 250. Make it easy.
255?
Yeah, that's with your discount.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm getting.
So you got 40, 20, 20, 20. So that's 100. This is 20.
That's 120.
140.
40.
This would be 90 here, so 230. Then that would have been 255, which is making it even 250. Simon, thank you.
No receipt.
Can I take a look at the Cody?
Yeah, which one do you want to look at?
The color blast.
Yeah.
I just received. How much room do you have? Maybe Gavin sold
Not too much.
Not too much. Just one buy it now available for 6.
I'd be at 6 on it.
I'd be at 6. So I'd offer 5.
Yeah, I couldn't get there.
That's cool.
It's moved pretty routinely, I think right around 600, so.
Somebody just sent me $120 5 minutes ago.
I'd offer 100 for the stack here, so it'd be 25,
right,
60, 15.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Appreciate you looking.
Yeah.
I put these two clips back to back to kind of show you what the struggle of a dealer is at times. So I had the Cody Rhodes Color Blast. I had it at $625. He told me one's available at $6. I told him I'd match that. He offered me $5. I couldn't do that. Last sale is $6. That is the lowest one Raw has sold for. I felt like $6 was a pretty fair price, but he turned it down. And then meanwhile, in the next clip I'm trying to buy here, I offered this gentleman basically an 80% offer on these 3 cards that I picked out. You can see him pulling out all of his cards here as we were trying to work on this deal. And that very abruptly ended. He said, all right, we're good here, thanks. Packed up his stuff, walked off. Seemed like he was disappointed or mad at my offer, but that is the challenge sometimes. I had someone come up and ask, hey, I know this Burrow Zebra last did 200. Would you take 140 on it? I can't always give out good deals. You know, I try to work with people where I can, but this is ultimately what happens a lot of times when people walk up. Like I said, I had probably 50 people walk up to my table looking to sell, and I would say 1 out of 5 had something that I tried to negotiate on, and then from there it was about a 50-50 shot if I was actually going to get a deal done. So even though there's a lot of things that walk up, doesn't always mean that I'm getting a ton of stuff that I can actually work with and put out of my case.
Still doing good. Any other questions?
I was looking at this Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
I have a PSA 10 of a certified auto. I don't know if you'd be interested in maybe that with some cash on top of it.
Yeah, I'll take
a
it.
possibility.
Yeah.
It's kind of tough to comp, but there's not a lot of sales, and there's like numbered every 5.
Sounds about right.
From 5 all the way up to like 50. It's by 5s numbered. I'm thinking like in the 300 range, but I don't know if it's quite that high.
Okay.
Are you seeing anything that's? I know, like I said, there's so many different numbered ones. But there might be stuff in the same range that I don't know how much different you value a number to 35 out of a number to 30 or whatever it is.
Not much.
I don't think
usually
it's a huge
find.
difference.
I mean, you'll find so many times where like an out of 25 will sell for less than out of 35 on stuff like this. Like if it's a specific color, sometimes like the orange. If it was orange, then it would be like okay, yeah.
For sure. With the color match stuff or jersey number or whatever it may be.
How much cash were you thinking about adding to get to the Jamar purple?
I would think in the 100 to 150 range.
Okay.
And maybe a little more if you needed to get there. Because I don't, like I said, those are just with the number and they're kind of tough to comp. But it is, is this one numbered?
It's out of 25.
Okay. I guess my thought process is obviously optics a little more valuable than a certified.
Right.
The 10, 9 difference.
If you wanted to add $100, I'd trade it.
Yeah, I can do 100.
Cool.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. Right here.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, man. Easy enough.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a sick card.
That's a beauty.
That's all. I like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
This was one of my favorite deals that I made the entire show, and really it just has to go with how smoothly it went, but also kind of what the card meant to the person I was trading with here. He brought up his Jamar Chase autograph. He wanted to kind of trade up into the Optic autograph I had. His was certified. General consensus is that Optic is greater than certified. At least it appeals to more people. That seemed to be the sentiment that he shared as well. He was able to add a little bit of cash with the card he already brought with him and upgrade the Jamar Chase autograph in his collection. Those are the kind of deals I love to make, not only because it's going to what is probably the end user for that card, but also I'm able to kind of replenish my case at the same time. It was a seamless deal, and you could tell that he was excited about it. I was glad that I could make that deal happen with him. These are the types of deals that I love going to shows for, because I like being able to connect people with cards that they absolutely love.
These are yours here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm going to pass on these.
Trade it all. See if you're buying.
I'll be at like 70 on this. Alright, yeah, no worries.
The last sale was really rough, yeah. I'll just wait till the season settles. Thanks for
Thank you for letting me look.
I am in an awkward position, so I could make one 30-minute vlog or I could do two 15-minute vlogs, and I figured that the latter option is the more digestible of the two. Therefore, I'm going to go ahead and split this up. I do have some really cool stuff to show off and talk about in part 3 that will be coming out early next week, but I will leave it here for right now. So until next week, take care, stay safe, be kind.